Greetings. Thank you for tuning in to the Initiates. This is Yaya, the spiritual doula. If this is your first time tapping in, welcome, welcome, welcome. After you watch this video, please give me a thumbs up. That is a wonderful way, or a thumbs down, whichever way you like. That is a wonderful way to, pay it forward, exchange a little energies. We're definitely trying to grow our platform. So please also give us a subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're back with another one. Also, if you feel up to it, leave a comment. Let me know that this is your first time you're tapping in, and I'll give you the welcome that I so love to give to all of my first time watchers. If you are returning, what up, tribe? You know what it is. I'm back with another, and I told you I was gonna come back when I got the answers about love. I told you I was gonna come back, and bitch, I'm back. Because spirit, as spirit always does for your girl, came through with the answers. That's what this is about, getting the answers. But if you want to get the answers, gotta first ask the questions. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta ask the questions, and that's what we do as initiates. That's what we do as self-initiates. We ask spirit to give us understanding. All right, we ain't got nobody to go run off to and call, and nobody, know what I'm saying, no intermediates and none of that shit. We got to get this shit directly from the spirit. And if you did not watch my video about my questions concerning love and the frequency and the energy of it, I admonish you to go and maybe turn this one off, put it in your save to watch laters or whatever, and go to the channel and watch the last video that I did about the question I have about love. What is love? What is love? What does it look like after an awakening, and so on and so forth, right? Well, in that video, like I said I was gonna come back when I got an answer. All right, and the answer is powerful to me, beautiful to me, challenging to me, okay? But the truth is always beautiful. The truth is always beautiful, because in the truth there is liberation, there is freedom. All right, so let me tell you what spirit in the last, I did that 2 days ago. I don't know at this point. The days are just the days, I don't know at this point. I think it was like 2 days ago, maybe 3. I don't know. I think it was 2 days ago, 2 mornings ago. So let me tell you what spirit has shown me in the 2 days since I did that video. And I'm gonna get right to the meat of this situation. Let me see, where's my phone? Oh, right here. Because I want to pull up this Dionysus. This example they gave me about Dionysus. Let me see, make sure I still have it, because I might be then. I hope y'all are doing okay while I'm looking for this. Hope you're doing well, feeling well. Yeah, here we go. And example with Dionysus, and I'm going to tie it all in, right? But I'm going to get to the meat of what they have taught me concerning love. So the first thing I needed to understand about love is that love is a neutral frequency. Okay, it is neutral, meaning it is neither dark nor light. All right, it is a neutral frequency. It is a empty, if you want. It is a lot like money. Okay, and if you know the spiritual side of money, you know that money has no frequency, right? Money is either attracted to you or not attracted to you based on the frequency you put out. So money is neutral. Okay, so like money, love is also neutral. It is a neutral frequency. So love then therefore is it is not an energy that causes anything. It doesn't cause actions or reaction. Love is not the causation of a thing. Like, love is a revealer. All right. Love is a revealer. So when you are struck by eros with love, it is only going to bring out of you what is predominantly in you. Okay? It's only going to bring out of you whatever is the predominant energy in you. So you have light and you have darkness in you. Okay? And when you are hit by love, whichever energy is the predominant energy in you is the energy that it is going to expose. Love is an inflamer. Love is fire. Right? It is passion. It is the spark that triggers the passionate reaction. So it is neutral in its independent state. It only excites in us what is the predominant thing, the predominant passions, the predominant visions, the predominant desires, the predominant lust, the predominant driving force in you. When they told me that, and see, this is why, and like I was telling you in the first video, I was sharing that at the beginning of my spiritual awakening, I fell in love with a certain individual, and that relationship did not turn out the way I had hoped. But yet, I've been toting around this love for this individual, right? And I was questioning because I was like, why is the love so monumentous for me in my heart space? And I was saying that simultaneously while while going through my own spiritual awakening, dealing with my own light and darkness, dealing with my own alchemization of who I am, and the forces that operate in me, I am toting around this love for an individual who showed up to me in a way that was less than pleasant. Okay? Now, in my mind, like I said, from my side, there's no animosity on my side, but nevertheless, it is what it was. I ain't completely blind all the way. I still see, but there's no animosity because I'm yet toting around. Now, this was then, right? I'm yet toting around this love frequency. So in the last 2 days, they have shown me where when I began my spiritual awakening, and I've been saying it from the beginning, I've been saying it on my public platforms, on my social medias. One of the very first revelations that I knew about spiritual awakening was that I'm going to have to go into the darkness. You know, I remember having a conversation with my closest friend. And for those of you who don't know, and I don't know if I've shared this before, I think I have, but if you didn't watch that video where I did, then you may not know that, like many of us, I'm ex-Christian, but I'm an ex-preacher, teacher, evangelist, pastor. I'm not just a lay member. I didn't just go to church and sit in the back by the bathrooms. I'm ex-ministry, right? And so I have a close friend who is still Christian, okay? And her and I are like sisters at this point. So She ain't going nowhere, and it definitely ain't going nowhere over no religion. That's for sure, right? Because I don't judge people when it comes to their desired affiliations or whatever the case may be, or where they are. It's never been like that. So I remember telling her right before I started my spiritual awakening. I remember telling her, it's like the spirit is telling me or showing me a dark tunnel. But at the other end, far in the distance, there is this small opening of light. And here I am, Christian, and I'm, coming out of, I'd already come out of the physical church. I hadn't been a part of church for a while, but I was still Christian in mind and in heart and in spirit and so on and so forth. And so I'm literally saying, Spirit, you really want me to go into this tunnel here? It's dark. I see the light down there, but it's way down there. I don't know what's in this tunnel. And I told her, I said, I don't know what's in this tunnel, but I have to follow Spirit, because that's what I do. I mean, I can't not be me, right? So I'm like, okay, boom. I can feel that there's more spiritual truth that is being afforded to me. And if I don't go down this tunnel, then I'm going to miss this. So I got to go down this tunnel. And so I started traveling down the tunnel, started doing research, listening to certain people. Bobby Hemmett was one of the first ones they led me to. Ishaka Musa, they led me to him. And then rest in peace, Chief of Machi, led me to him. So I'm being led, I'm being led to some really good foundational teachers. And so I'm starting to understand, right? But as I'm going down this dark tunnel, of course, you run into the shadow work, and I'm doing shadow work, and it comes up when it comes up, and I'm going back into my childhood, digging up things that I had suppressed, throwing all my cares at the feet of Jesus, not realizing I need to alchemize my own shit. I had just basically thought I was good because I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh shit. All right. So yeah, I'm going down the tunnel, and then I run into this relationship. I run into this, I'm gonna call it a connection with this individual. After the second wave of shadow work, I run into this connection with this individual. And without going into the details, because I don't know if you want to know all that, and I don't know if I want to share it all, but the connection had a lot of darkness in it. A lot of darkness. And so this was a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, and here I am now, still alchemizing this love. And this is what prompted the video 2 days ago, right? And so what Spirit was showing me today, and has been showing me since I did that video, is that in order for you to get to the light in the distance of this dark tunnel, there's going to be a lot of things in the darkness that you're going to have to fight your way through. There's a lot of stuff coming out of the walls and just going to jump out at you and get in your path in the darkness now. Stuff you're blind to, you can't see, and you got to fight your way through, because you are the ultimate goal is to get to the other end where that little light is shining. And on your way through the tunnel, there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of little creepy crawlies and goblins and goblins that's going to jump out at you and get into your path. Awakening is warfare. Make no mistake. Awakening is warfare. Okay? And this connection was part of that dark warfare. And this is when I start to understand and separate the individual that I was in the connection with what the individual symbolizes. It's not the person. You get me? It's not the person. It is what the person symbolizes. It is the darkness that that person symbolizes that you are in warfare with. And the warfare is not even with that person. It is with yourself. So over the course of the last 2 days, I got a series of dreams and things was coming through, and then my energy kind of got a little off, and I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? Woke up this morning and felt I woke up more than once this morning. Like I kept waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep. And every time I would wake up, it's like my spirit would immediately be like, there's a shift happening. There's something happening. And then I doze back off to sleep. And then I wake up and I'm like, there's something happening. Why does it feel like that? Then my alarm went off at 5 a.m. I hit the snooze button on it and turned it off. And I kind of looked at the window and saw the light was coming in, or it was still dark about that time. But then I'm like, there's something happening. I feel what's going on. And I went on back to sleep. I did that a few times. And when I finally got up, it was just like I was feeling this spiritual shift, this something shifting. Something you have shifted out of is trying to creep its way back in, but it's too late because you've already shifted out of the frequency which you would need to be in order for it to get hold to you again. I'm like, okay, boom. So then I started hearing this little song right here. I'm gonna play a little bit of it because YouTube let me get away with playing that little piece that I played the other day. I started hearing this song here. That's Curtis Mayfield, New World Order. Okay. And I knew that was confirmation to the shifting I was feeling. And so I've been pretty much up all day inquiring. And this is when they begin to help me understand the answer to my question. Love is a neutral frequency, and it only reveals to you and out of you and through you what is already in you, the frequency that is the most predominant in you. The reason why I had to meet this individual and bridge this connection is because this individual and this connection represented and was symbolic for the hidden connections to darkness that was operating through me. Okay. Let me say that shit again. The reason why I had to meet this individual in the darkness and bridge this connection is because the love for them was to reveal to me the connection that I had to darkness within me. See, it was imperative that I fall in love with them. It was imperative. This is why Eros struck me. I cannot speak for them, but he struck me because I'm the one on the journey to the light. I'm the one that decided to trust spirit and go down the dark tunnel. And when you go down the dark tunnel, the whole point is to alchemize those energies that are found in the darkness of you. In order to do that, certain energies have to expose you and expose you to yourself. Okay. So today they began to help me understand that the connection that I had to that individual was a dark connection, and it was the darkness that connected us. It was the darkness that caused this to be drawn to me. And that love that you're toting is revealing to you, if you pay attention. This is why I always say, whether this person was to ever, like, how everything panned out in the 3D really is neither here nor there at this point, because you're starting to get the deeper understanding of the thing. The love that you're toting is there to help you see yourself and to prepare you to remove from you the connections you have that you are not aware of to dark energies. You're not aware that you see, the whole point of us waking up is because we've been asleep, which means dark energies have been feeding off of you without you knowing it, because you don't know it. So when you go into a spiritual awakening, you are waking up, which means you are now seeing all of the energies and how they play out through your existence. How are they influencing your actions? How are they influencing what comes towards you and what does not? That is the whole point for the awakening, is to reveal to you the darkness and the dark beings who feed off of you in said darkness. And if you don't wake up to it, you will never see them. And so you'll just be laying there being fed off of, like Aurora was. And this goes back to the Dionysus story. I told you in the last video, based on the story, the mythology of Dionysus and Aura, that Aura was a woman who, she was a warrior, and what she loved was war. She was a virgin, had no place for a man, had no place for love, had never had, any intercourse. She was a warrior. She traveled through the mountains hunting, war. It says that she avoided and would not even entertain any unwarlike women. She wouldn't even converse with any women who wasn't warriors. She loved war. And Dionysus literally is called the woman loving God. He loves women. So Eros, being neutral, strikes Dionysus, and he sets his eyes on Aura. But Dionysus, being struck by love, is going to show up in the energies which are prevalent in him, and he is a graping male god. He is a graper of women because he's too afraid of rejection. It's all in the story. It says he didn't want to. He felt that the most shameful thing in the world is for a man or a masculine to desire a woman and she not have no interest in him. He was a coward, and he was afraid of rejection. So when Eros struck him, he went into that energy because that is the predominant energy in him. So he ties Aura up and he does what he does. The love arrow coming from Eros is neutral. But the whole story starts because the goddess got offended by Aura boasting about her conquest, boasting about her virginity, boasting about the things that she loved, which was herself. So after Eros grapes her and she realizes that it has happened, what does she do? She does what she loves. She goes on a killing spree. She goes on a killing spree. All the way to the point to where she kills one of the twins that she gave birth to, and the other twin, Dionysus, asked one of the other gods to rescue, because she was going to surely kill him too, or her, whichever one it was. And this goes back to when I said in the first video that Spirit said that which you try the hardest to avoid is what will control you. Love is a neutral energy. It is a neutral energy. It only exposes and reveals to you what's in you. Through that connection that I had to this individual, I can attest to this being true, because a lot of dark energies, a lot of dark interdimensional energies first made their appearance to me during this connection. And I had to go through them. I've had to go through them. It's like being a middle linebacker. I don't know the positions. I watch football every day, but I would just call the one that makes the most sense to me. But it's like playing football or basketball. You have people who are trying to keep you from your goal. You have interdimensional beings trying to keep you from your goal, and your goal is to reach the light. And you got to bust your way through there. You got to go through them. They're not going to disappear. They're not going to go away. You can't avoid them. You can't bind them, rebuke them, and all of that. You got to go through them. What does that mean? That means you have to experience them, and you have to experience the experiences that they bring up and bring to your forefront, and glean the lesson out of it so that you can move and progress past them. So many times I hear a lot of people, especially on the spiritual side, but even more so, on the Christian side, it's a whole different thing, because they just turn it over to Jesus and he'll work it out. But what I'm saying is, over here, is like people want to avoid the darkness and just declare themselves light and love. And then when the darkness shows up, because you done declared yourself to be light and love, Eros is going to come and strike you with a neutral. Since you say you love, since you say you calling yourself love, now you say you light and love. So here come Eros. Well, let's see what it is you love. Let me show you what you love. And then all of this toxicity and toxic people show up, and you start going through this stuff with people who, and now you want to run back to the church, or you want to run back, you want to tuck tail and run, you want to get out of the tunnel, I said I was light and love, I don't want to deal with this, you know what I'm saying? And yes, you are light and love. So being light and love comes with a responsibility. And that light you say you are, and that love you say you are, is all designed to reveal to you the darkness. Because make no mistake, you can be light and love and still be very uncognizant to the way darkness is operating through you, in you, and around you. because you feel like it's almost like a self-delusion. You ain't been through no darkness, but yet because you heard somebody else sit on YouTube and holler about light and love, then you walk around and holler about you light and love and got a bunch of beads and stuff on. That's cool, that's cute and everything, but if you light and love, then how do you expect not to have any dark experiences? And when you have dark experiences, are you able to glean the light and love out of those dark experiences, or are you just going to tuck tail and run? Are you willing to go through this ego death? Are you willing to go through this? Because everything that shows itself up to you is about you. I was like trying to get out of this situation real bad. Because I don't have to be loving nobody. When the situation first showed up and it started acting crazy and going crazy, my first mind was to get the hell out of Dodge. But I kept hearing the mother tell me, I need you to go through this ego death. If you just trust us. Because see, this is the ego death that you have been avoiding in so many other of your relationships, where you just get lost and get gone and don't, I ain't gotta deal with that shit. I'm just get on, This is how the ego has been thinking it's protecting you, thinking it's been getting in the way though. So because it's not allowing you to see you. So in this situation, now that we're in this tunnel, we're going to bring to you one of the strongest connections you ever had. And what I need you to do is not run. What I need you to do, Yolanda, is not to run. This individual may run. This individual may don't worry about that. I need you not to run. I need for you to let your love that you feel, I need you to let it persist. I said, okay. Alrighty. That's what you want me to do. And so I continued to show up to this individual in a loving nature, in a loving manner. Only to get gobsmacked. Only to get the shit snatched smooth out my ass. The level of unrequitedness was astronomical. And I'm hearing Spirit say, I need you to be persistent. I need you to stay. And I told Spirit and the ancestors and everybody else, y'all know this goes against my very nature. And they was like, yes, we know that. That's why we having you do this. And after 1.5 years, almost 2 years of not having any communication, but still moving out of the connection with my love for this individual still intact, I get the ability and the privilege to understand me, the darkness, the light, love. I get the ability and the privilege to be in relationship with myself in a way that I could have gained no other way but this way. And this is the point. This is love. It is a revealer. And this is the only way in which it is supposed to be used. And it is the only way it can be used, because it has no energy of itself. Just like money. When people get broke, watch their energy. And when people get a lot of money, watch their energy. And you will see money exposes the true nature, because money is empty of itself. but it will reveal to you what's inside of a person and what's inside of you too. Matter of fact, this really makes so much sense, because simultaneously, while I was going through this connection with this individual concerning love, I was also going through a transformation in my connection to money. They keep bringing to me, the love of money is the root of all evil. And I feel like that scripture, although it sounds very straightforward, I feel like it's revealing something deeper, and I'm going to investigate it. I think that it's really trying to reveal the energies of love and the energies of money. But we read it one way and it sounds very straightforward, but I feel like there's something more to that one sentence of a scripture. The love of money is the root of all evil. So simultaneously, while going through this connection dealing with love, and love is neutral, I'm also going through a transformation in my connection to money, and money is neutral. And I'm gonna have to come back and do another video about what money has revealed to me about me. That's a whole nother video. I ain't gonna go there right now. But what I'm saying is, I have the ability, I have the open door now, because I'm now getting closer to, if not have fully stepped into, the light that was at the other end of that tunnel. And now what I get the privilege of doing is experiencing love based on a higher frequency, not based on darkness, goblins and goblins and Beetlejuice and but love based on light. Every thing has duality. Love will reveal to you either heads or tails, bitch. Love is neutral. You either gonna end up with the tails, and you better bet on the right side. You gonna either end up with the tails, or you gonna, everybody know that the tails is the unlucky side. You find a penny on the ground and that motherfucker on heads, on tails, I leave them there. I don't pick up no penny or no coins or nothing if I see that motherfucker on tails. Nah. If it's on heads, if I feel like picking it up, I might. Most of the time, I just leave it there for somebody who need it more than me. But we talking about energy. You bet on that tails. Love is going to reveal to you heads or tails. Which frequency are you most predominant in? And this is why people be scratching their head as to wondering why they keep meeting the same person in different bodies. Because you keep meeting you. That's why. And although I knew that way before I asked this question about love, it makes more sense to me now, because now I understand what love is. It is neutral, and it is a revealer and an exposer. And if used properly, it will teach you. The issue is most of us don't use it properly. We just keep going in one situation, another situation, hoping for the best. So be careful when you manifest in love. Know that you have every right to, and I'm not telling you to avoid to, but what I am saying to you is know that love is a revealer. And this is why a lot of us as self-initiates, we go through these hermit modes and these isolations. And a lot of times these isolations do come after deeply hurtful, failing connections. You realize, you know what? There's something to be learned here. I'ma just chill. So that's what I have come to understand concerning love as a frequency. That it is neutral, a lot like money, and it is a revealer, a lot like money. Okay? And so the beautiful thing is remaining in the space to know your truth, to want to know thyself, because that is the foundation of initiating. That is the foundation of awakening, evolution, transformation. The foundation is know thyself. And love can do that. So if it is continuing to bring you darkness, don't get mad at nobody. I mean, ain't nothing to be mad about. Not even get mad at yourself. It just shows that you're still traveling through. You keep your sword out. You chop a few heads off, cut a few dragons, slay a few dragons and everything. A few vampires gonna try to get you too. You know what I'm saying? Then you got them good. Oh my God. This is why I always say, and I be trying to, I really just be joking, but I'm really serious when I say we exist in an enchanted forest. Right? You got a few giants gonna try to, hem you up in the darkness. You got to keep going through. You have to be in that night energy. You have to be in the night energy. Night with a K. You have to have your sword in the darkness. This is warfare. And cut yourself through and cut your way through. And so basically by being called into self-initiation, you've been knighted. You've been knighted. And these are all of the things that love can reveal. So love is not even something you can avoid, and you shouldn't want to avoid it, because you avoid it. And this is why they kept telling me in the connection, I need you to persist through this. I need you to persist. Don't do what you always do, which is chuck the finger and tell a motherfucker to get the fuck on. Don't do that. I need for you to persist. I need for you to continue to be actively expressive. I need for you to sit in what you feel. I need for you to stay there. I need for you to embrace it, even if they're not embracing it. I need for you to. And I get it now. Because ultimately it was about me coming into the knowledge of myself. A deeper knowledge of self. And that's what love can afford you. It afforded Aura she, and the way it reads is that she jumped into the spring and Zeus turned her into a waterfall or something like that. Dionysus, he probably went on and kept raping people. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, what you try your hardest to avoid is what will control you. And I keep saying that this whole process is about self-reliance. So after going through the dark side of love, of the self, of another individual, you get to walk into the light of love. You get to experience love in its beauty, in its support, in its nurturing, in its comfort, in its provision. You move out of that possessive, controlling, hurtful, manipulative, abusive, neglectful, abandoning, that shit there, of self first, and then with another beautiful individual who has done the same. And this is what it means to move into a divine partnership, a divine loveship. So when Euros strike again, you'll get to see the other side. Because now that is what is predominant in you. And I find that to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Self-empowering. And that's the point. For me, that's the point. Well, that's been the initiates for today. Please take the time to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell when you know we're back with another one. And again, if you did not watch the first video and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, please go watch the first video. All right. And yeah, I love when I get the answers, and and I love that I could come and share it with you all. So I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Peace, family.